Hey everybody, this is Stephanie from Cornerstone Create. Today I'm doing the Google Pick My Card Design Challenge. For me, I got this from Jessica Mayday from Instagram. I'll put her information in the description box below. To play this challenge, you have to put the initials of your first and last name into a Google search with the word look behind it and do a card design based on the first image from a Google image search. For me, that popped up a black and white bike. I should wish to be so athletic. So I realized that I realized that I didn't have any gray inks to do any blending like I wanted to. So the only thing I had in gray were the stress crayons. So this is going to be a watercolor background. And, watercolor really isn't my thing. It's not something that I really, that I'm really good at doing. It's not, and watercolor just isn't my medium. I like markers and that kind of thing, and especially colored pencils, though I'm not good at colored pencils. But, you know, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the thing. So this is I used pumice stone, hickory smoke, and black soot to make this. The black soot hasn't come into play yet, but it will a little bit later. This is a watercolor paper that I got from my Hero Arts 2018 May kit. This hot pressed watercolor. Like I said, I'm not really that big into watercolor, so I know there's a difference between hot press and cold press. Uh, you should probably go to another YouTuber if you want to know the difference and why one is better than the other. I'm not the one. So this is my first go round. This was my paper was dry when I applied this, and I like the way it came out. I like the way this came out. I want it just a little bit darker, and if you go to my blog and you see the image that I was trying to base my card design off of, you'll see why. It was a really dark, high contrast image. So I'm heat setting this, and I'm hoping that with my next layer it'll be dark enough. So I'm going in with the hickory smoke. I think I'm all hickory smoke this go round. I put a lot of water down on this using my mini mister. Yeah, and I'm just getting water, or I'm just getting water and ink. I'm trying to use up all the water that's on that acrylic block just to transfer as much of that pigment as I can. I'm heat setting it again, and I'm realizing at this point this still isn't as dark as I would like it to be. So this is me going in with the black soot. And I'm going to use a lot of it. That's my baby. She's not happy right now. Now she's happy. She just wants something to play with. So I noticed there were a lot of bubbles in my acrylic, so I tried to flatten that out a little bit. It winds up being nice, and there's so much texture on the paper that you barely even notice that there were bubbles. Alright, I'm gonna use my die and I'm gonna die cut this. I'm gonna do that off screen. So, in case you didn't see my unboxing video, because I haven't put it up yet, but I am going to put that up. Was it? This is the Hero Arts kit that you'll get this month. It has a couple of other things. In my unboxing video, you'll see all the other stuff that you get. But, yeah, I was going to try and bend that die off, but it wasn't going to work. I just went ahead and cut it. But when I was doing the unboxing video is when I saw Jessica Mayday's post pop up with this challenge. So I was like, oh yeah, this is the only stamp that I have out of my collection of anybody remotely doing anything with a bike. So perfect. This challenge came out at that perfect time. So it's like you're getting more. It's like you're getting two things at once. You're getting a Hero Arts inspiration card, and you're also getting a Google challenge card. My husband just walked in, y'all. I'll show you a picture, but I don't want to spark any hate. Y'all be mad. Alright, so for my little boy, because we're working with silhouettes here, I wanted to do something a little different. And instead of using black ink to stamp him on white paper, I used white paper, and I'll be stamping him and heat embossing him with white embossing powder. It's just a little something different. And for that to be the first time that stamp was ever used, that came out great. Yep, that's him all heat embossed. So I used my die to cut out this black piece of paper as well. I did that off camera so y'all wouldn't have to sit here and watch me pull out my machine and do all that. And I'm gonna heat emboss this using white, Ranger white as well. So for any of you that have issues with heat embossing, even if you use your static powder, your anti-static powder bag, and you still get random bits of embossing powder, just use your fingers, or a lot of people use paintbrushes to get that off. So here I am, I'm going to put this together. I'm going to try and clean as I go, but I don't always do that. I pretty much just get stuff out of the way as I go. I was thinking about going with something off-centered and a little wonky, but decided not to put it together like I intended. Had a little boy riding up the hill. Here I am using my glossy accents. I have a love-hate relationship with glossy accents. I like to use it as, make little bubbles and little drops with it, like you would Nuvo drops. But I always get the little air bubbles in them, and they never pop up when I'm in front of them. It's like as they're drying, there are air bubbles that pop up, and they look horrendous. So sometimes me and the glossy accents, we just become an expensive glue. And that's what it was today, an expensive glue. So I popped him up using a little foam dot. I like the way he looks. I was gonna put him directly onto my card base, but I realized I didn't really like the way that looked. So I pulled out this scrap piece of neutral gray that I had from a paper pad I bought from Michaels, and I'm gonna put my little boy on that, and then I'm gonna cut that down. I just want a peek of that color just to kind of bring in the card color, and the ink color and the distress crayon colors. I just want to peek at that to kind of tie those all in together before I'm call this card finished. So here I am. I'm putting the card up there. And here we go. Well, almost. Let me glue them down first before I get too excited. So, visit me on Instagram. I'm Cornerstone Create. Oh, please come by my blog. I'm going to have a list of materials that I use to make this card below. My last finishing touch for this was to add a couple of dots of liquid pearls. I thought I had recorded me putting up there, but I didn't. So you'll see that. But y'all have a good day. Bye, y'all.